Sagittarius, let's jump straight into it and see what the cards can reveal about your connection with this person coming in. Okay, you've got the card of creating space. This is very interesting because it's going to be a relationship or a connection that is going to be one where you can still have independence or space, or it's going to teach you about space, independence, and autonomy, and also how to maintain your identity, or how this other person connected to you can maintain their identity when coming together into a relationship. Oftentimes we mold into this one persona with that of ourselves and of our partner when we come into a relationship. So I think what this is saying is that it could mean that this connection is helping you create space and detach from other people that you were once upon a time connected to, that you no longer should be connected to, Sag, and also likewise could be applied to this person as well. It doesn't mean it's not going to be a close connection. Every relationship is different. You know, two minds coming together, two personalities, two spiritual beings. We're also very different. So it's not going to apply for all of you uniformly. But you must know, at least on some level, it's going to teach you independence or autonomy in this connection here. Also, because you've got the number 11, which makes 2, which I think applies for the both of you, creating space between the two. Number 2 is a number of union, of partnerships, of collaborations. So it's creating space together somehow. Let's have a look and see what comes up in terms of your strengths for this connection. Okay, I love that you've got the Strength card here. Very powerful. It is the sign of Leo. It does talk about resilience. It does talk about headstrong energy, initiative, proactiveness, but also nurturing, because the pride stays together. Okay, think about I guess the primitive side of a lion here. The pride stays together because they stay protected, and they're actually stronger together than they are individually. And maybe that's got something to do with creating space here. I don't know if there's karmic lessons that might need to be learned. Nonetheless, the Strength card is very beautiful. I think affection will be one of your strengths. You've got the infinity symbol here, so something about you coming together as a spiritual being, Sagittarius. This can point to a highly spiritual connection that can be one of your strengths. But taming a situation, because you can see the lion is no longer wild. He's actually domesticated with this maiden here. And the maiden is pure. She's innocent. She's inexperienced, yet she's aware of how to tame the lion. So it could be that the two of you tame each other in some way. I don't know if it's from addictions or previous lifestyles, something that you used to do, or maybe you might be a little bit excessive on some things. Maybe this person is a little bit excessive on things, but ultimately it's about controlling and taming a situation. But obviously it's going to benefit you both, because the maiden has the lion to protect her, and the lion has the love and the affection of the maiden. So obviously it works hand in hand for both of them. Okay, it's a symbiotic relationship because it's those energies, it's mutual, it's reciprocated. You also have the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords to me does resemble someone looking back to the past because they're hesitant to move forward with the future. They've got the sword in the hand, the legs, the body language. It can indicate that they're still looking back. And I feel like one of your strengths is either to heal from the past or to look back on the past and finally say good riddance, okay? Of course, every situation is going to be different. Everyone's past is different, but there could be something here that this person helps you with. It's either creating that space from the past, and it's the way you think about things, because swords are all about mentality and communication. So your ability to communicate about the past could be strengthened with this person. You might come to a level of comfort to really reveal who you are, Sagittarius, what you've been through, how it's defined you as a person, how it's shaped and molded your journey up to this meeting point. But I feel like anything to do with communication or mentality is going to be one of your strengths, because of the Page of Swords, if we read it in the Strength card, It's his ability to take that sword and absolutely own it, okay? Own his decision making, detach from insecurities or uncertainties or anxieties. And I feel your ability to do that as a couple, to give solace and comfort to each other, is going to be very, very powerful. Let's move on and have a look at your areas of challenge potentially. Okay, if the Ace of Cups is coming up in your areas of challenge, there could be emotional blocks here. In a positive context, the Ace of Cups is this beautiful, overwhelming fountain, and all the emotions are being sprouted, and there's beautiful messages from the dove, messages about communication. But if it's coming up in a context of challenge, then it's too much or it's too overwhelming. Emotions could develop fairly quickly. You might not be ready for this relationship emotionally. And for some of you, it's either yours or this person's emotions are going to overflow. It's going to overfill. It's something to do with too much tensions or bottled up emotions. I don't know if that creating space has something to do with it here, but I feel with the Ace of Cups, it could be this, but it's also forgiveness. There could be things that happen in this connection that you'll need to forgive this person over, or things that this person will need to forgive you over, and there could be complications. They could be introverted or delays in forgiveness, healing, cleansing, and renewal, because that's what the Ace of Cups is. It's also tradition, religious beliefs, spiritual orientation. Some of you won't see eye to eye in this regard. For some of you, it could be a deal breaker. For others, it might create tensions. One of you might be an atheist. The other one might be very strictly religious. And we can't help it, but our belief systems can definitely cause clashes in relationships, because if they don't align and they don't meet the needs of that of your person, or their needs don't meet, their beliefs don't meet yours, then suddenly their tensions could arise, and that's when that overwhelming, overflowing cup comes in with all the emotions and everything becoming too much, that it's like a bottle that's been shaken and it's fizzy, and then all of a sudden it just goes everywhere. It's things becoming too much too soon, okay, before you're ready to handle them. You also have the Hangman here, so either the two of you will punish each other somehow. The Hangman is punished for his crime, for his deed, which is frowned upon. So it's either one of you will punish the other. Maybe this is silent treatment. Maybe this is, lack of forgiveness. The Hangman hasn't, or he's about to. For the most part, he hasn't as yet, but he does have that epiphany. He needs to reconcile, okay? Your ability to reconcile or to forgive each other can be cause for concern here. The Hangman is also introverted, so if someone is introverted, maybe about their emotions, maybe you might be at a stage in your life where you're not thinking about a relationship. It's not going to be your priority. Or maybe this person places priority on something else, but it's things being upside down. It could be a very non-conforming relationship, and it's, again, we all have the ability and luxury to create the relationships we want, for the most part, as much as our control allows. But for a lot of us, that can create contrasting energies, and I think there's contrasting energies between the both of you here. It's either one of you is not ready, but I also see the Hangman is hung up. Okay, he's hung up on something, hung up on a business idea, a career idea, an ex-lover. They're hung up on something. Or you're too distracted for the most part because you're hung up. You haven't come right up outright, okay? Or this person hasn't come outright to heal. And maybe that's why that's coming up as one of your challenges, because that'll be up to you to help them come back upright. But of course, this is a journey they need to walk. They need to take their own time. They need to walk it themselves. Certainly you can try help, but at the end of the day, it's something we do as individuals. So I guess that's something to think about here, Sagittarius, when the two of you come together for a connection. Look, I will leave it at that. Thanks so much for tuning in, Sag. I hope it's been insightful. Much love. All the best. Bye for now.